Once the butt end of rocket industry jokes, SpaceX has completely disrupted the world's market for launches with high-performance, increasingly low-cost, and ever more reusable rockets. Founded by entrepreneur Elon Musk in 2002, SpaceX did not have an easy start. It was bordering on bankruptcy in 2008 after 3 failed launches. Today, the aerospace company has about $10 billion worth of launches booked, built the world's most powerful operational rocket, and touts an ambitious goal to colonize Mars. Its success has so far relied on its workhorse launcher, the 229-foot-tall Falcon 9 rocket, but continued industry dominance is anything but guaranteed. In the near future, Musk and SpaceX will face competition from a number of companies, including Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, that are developing reusable next-generation rocket engines and boosters. Here's how the competition in the new space race stacks up. United Launch Alliance. Aerospace titans Boeing and Lockheed Martin formed ULA in 2005, and the company currently relies on its Delta IV Heavy launcher to get its biggest payloads into space. But that rocket costs at least $350 million per launch, several times more expensive than SpaceX's new and reusable $90 million Falcon Heavy system. Plus, Delta IV Heavy can only lift half as much payload as the Falcon Heavy. As an answer to SpaceX's new rocket, ULA is working on a more powerful and partly reusable launcher called Vulcan. That rocket will recycle the engines of its booster, which is the biggest and most costly part of the rocket, and the engines make up about 2/3 of a booster's cost. A forthcoming system called ACES will also make the upper stage of the rocket reusable and refuelable in orbit. Tony Bruno, ULA's CEO, told that a Vulcan launch will cost below $100 million to start. India. India's premier space agency, Indian Space Research Organisation, or ISRO, has built a reputation for launching rockets into space at very convenient prices. The consequent effect? A lot of customers from around the world have come flocking to avail India's economical rocket launching services, and this has helped the country to make some extra bucks from its space exploration program. SpaceX and ISRO are competitors of sorts in the business of commercial satellite launches. The question is, how big of a threat is SpaceX to India's space agency? Okay, first some facts. ISRO is an experienced campaigner in the field of space exploration, as it's been launching rockets into space since as early as 1975. From sending India's first satellite into space, the Aryabhata, to successfully launching some of the most historic missions like Chandrayaan-1 in 2008 and Mangalyaan in 2013. ISRO has done it all. There's also a big difference in terms of cost per mission. For example, the Falcon 9 launch vehicle's cost per launch comes to $62 million. While ISRO's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, the PSLV, costs roughly $15 million per launch. Currently, India makes very less on commercial missions as most of them carry small or nano satellites. Between 2013 and 2015, ISRO charged an average of $3 million per satellite. That's peanuts compared to a SpaceX launch, which costs $60 million. Despite the fact that ISRO is considered competition for Elon Musk's SpaceX in the business of commercial satellite launches, he doesn't shy away from acknowledging how he is impressed by India's frugal methods of conducting successful launch missions. Last year in February, India launched 104 satellites into space using a single rocket, which really caught Musk's attention. This is a world record that India holds till this date. If that's not impressive enough, India has also launched its Mars probe, the Mangalyaan, in 2014, which costs less than what it cost to make the Hollywood movie The Martian. Ironic? Arianne Group. One of SpaceX's lowest cost and biggest competitors is Arianne Group, which is often known by its launch-focused subsidiary, Arianespace. The company is working on a follow-up to its highly successful Ariane 5 rocket, dubbed the Ariane 6. It may launch as soon as 2020. The most powerful variant of the Ariane 6 could potentially carry about twice as much payload as SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket into orbit, some 22,236 miles above the Earth. At first, Ariane 6 won't have reusable engines, but Space News reports that the rockets may eventually get equipped with reusable Prometheus engines, expensive parts that a winged pop-off machine called Adeline might fly back to a runway. In the end, Ariane 6's makers expect the rocket to achieve lower ounce-for-ounce launch prices than what SpaceX currently offers. Blue Origin. One of SpaceX's biggest looming rivals is also the most secretive. Founded by Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos in 2000, Blue Origin has been most public about its smaller space tourism rocket system, New Shepard. But in September of 2016, Blue Origin announced its plans for the enormous, reusable, and orbit-capable New Glenn rocket system. Reusable rocket engines called BE-4s will power that launcher. Its biggest future iteration will stand at about 313 feet tall, have 3 rocket stages, and possibly make voyages to the Moon or Mars routine. Bezos is planning to debut the first New Glenn rocket in 2020. Blue Origin has begun that work in a 750,000 square foot hangar in Cape Canaveral, Florida. It's not certain how much a New Glenn launch will cost, though the booster will take off and land like SpaceX's, allowing it to get reused for future launches. That would save Blue Origin tens of millions of dollars in the process. As of March 2017, Blue Origin had at least one customer signed up to a launch payload. Virgin Orbit. SpaceX is focused on launching large satellites, but Sir Richard Branson of Virgin brand fame is aiming to corner the market on sending lighter payloads into orbit. Branson's newest company, Virgin Orbit, uses a large airplane called Cosmic Girl to efficiently lift a rocket, called Launcher 1, high into the sky. Once at maximum altitude, the airplane drops the rocket, which then throttles a payload toward low Earth orbit, or LEO, some 250 miles above the planet. For about $12 to $15 million, Virgin Orbit can rocket payloads weighing up to 1,100 pounds to low Earth orbit. That's small compared to the 140,000-pound payload capacity of SpaceX's Falcon Heavy. But for many customers that want to launch small satellites, the Department of Defense included, half a ton is plenty. This air-to-launch scheme may seem radical, but it dates back to some of NASA's earliest work. Branson's other spaceflight company, Virgin Galactic, is also mastering it for suborbital space tourism. Stratolaunch Systems. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen used his wealth to form an ambitious air-to-launch company in 2011. Called Stratolaunch, the launch system will dwarf Branson's Virgin Orbit scheme. Allen had his company build the largest aircraft in the world, which engineers made by cannibalizing 2 747-400 jet airplanes. The carrier aircraft has a whopping 385-foot wingspan. It will tow a launcher to high altitude, drop it, and fire the rocket towards space. It's not yet certain how much payload Stratolaunch can get into orbit, but the carrier is capable of lifting a rocket far more heavy, one that weighs up to 500,000 pounds. That's more than enough to send a spaceship with a crew of 2 or 3 people into orbit. China. The People's Republic of China is powering ahead in its fast-paced spaceflight program. Although Chinese officials have remarked that they can't match SpaceX's reusable rocket launch pricing, that may not be true in the future. The nation is reportedly, and secretly, working to build a reusable hypersonic spaceplane. They plan to launch it for the first time in 2025, and might later launch a fully reusable and capable nuclear-powered model. The billionaire Robert Bigelow, who is working to build inflatable space stations, is worried about Chinese growing prowess in space. They're offering very attractive terms and conditions and features that the commercial sector is going to have a horrible time trying to compete with, Bigelow said during a recent press briefing. NASA. Testing for NASA's gigantic Space Launch System rocket is moving along. When the dust settles many years from now, it may tower above and outdo all other rockets ever built, at least in terms of power and lift capability. But on cost, it won't ever compare. NASA has already spent about $23 billion on the project, and it will need more than $210 billion in funding to reach Mars with the launcher, according to the Office of Inspector General. And that's not even to set foot on the planet's surface, just orbit it. Though the first Mars astronauts might explore the moon Phobos. NASA is projected to launch the first SLS rocket in 2020 at the earliest. So what's next for SpaceX? Now that its Falcon Heavy rocket has proven to work, SpaceX is shifting a lot of its resources towards its most ambitious project, the Big Falcon rocket, or the Big Effing Rocket. The 348-foot-tall, fully reusable system is scheduled for an aspirational first launch towards Mars in 2022. The enormous spaceship, which sits atop a similarly enormous booster, is slated to roll out of SpaceX's facilities in Texas and begin hopping around with short test launches sometime in 2019. But in a series of remarks made in September 2017, Musk said the BFR will come to replace everything SpaceX has built thus far, since its total reusability means that it won't cost much to launch payloads of any size, primarily just the price of fuel. We want to have one system, one booster, and ship that replaces Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy, and Dragon, Musk said of SpaceX's other rockets. If we can do that, then all the resources that are used for Falcon 9, Heavy, and Dragon can be applied to this system. In a way, SpaceX is currently competing with itself by advancing the BFR. But if the company can really create a fully reusable launcher that's the largest and most powerful in the world, it could change the course of human history and push it toward the stars. So, we will leave it right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.